I'm so embarrassed. Oh my goodness. Okay. We got Rob Smiley in the house. Yeah, hello. So let's go ahead and dive into one of the most veiled and misunderstood topics in astrology, which is what Scorpio men and women really look for in a partner. And trust me, my dragon coven, this is where most people completely get this wrong. Okay, I know that most folks think Scorpios are just looking for someone to have sex with, or someone that's sexy, or they're looking to put another notch in their belt. Honestly, that's the word on the streets, and that's the typical stereotype that's conjured up by other misinformed zodiac signs. And get this, according to the internet, every Scorpio supposedly wakes up every single morning to then stare dramatically into the distance and then ask themselves, how can I become even more mysterious today? But you know what? Ancient astrology paints a much deeper picture. So check this out. In traditional astrology, Scorpio was ruled by Mars before Pluto was ever discovered. Mars wasn't just the planet of passion. It was the planet of aggression. It was a warrior sign. They're willing to literally walk into the darkness and come back stronger. This means that, like, beneath all the rumors about Scorpio's intensity, what many Scorpios are actually searching for is someone they can trust when life gets like ugly and messy. Not when life is easy, but when life is difficult. So tell me if I'm on point, my dragon pups. So the first thing many Scorpios look for in a soulmate or partner is authenticity. They don't want the polished commercial version of you. No way. They want the real version, the version that accidentally sends a text to the wrong person, the version of you that burns dinner and then pretends it was supposed to be like that. The version that has fears, flaws, and strange habits. You see, Scorpio energy has an almost supernatural ability to detect when someone is being fake. You can tell a Scorpio that you're doing okay or feeling fine while your eye is twitching, your voice is shaking, and you're stress eating an entire cheesecake. But believe me, Scorpio is already thinking to themselves, you are definitely not fine. Scorpio men and women need honesty because honesty creates trust. Am I right? Now, the second thing Scorpios look for is emotional courage. And notice I didn't say emotional perfection. Emotional courage and perfection are not the same thing. Now, a Scorpio does not need a partner who never gets scared. They want a partner who is willing to have difficult conversations when needed. And in ancient esoteric teachings, they often connect Scorpio with the process of transformation. So, symbolically speaking, Scorpio enters darkness and emerges from it much stronger. So when problems do appear in a relationship, Scorpio usually wants to face them like directly and straight on. If your relationship strategy is to like sweep everything under the rug, eventually the rug becomes a mountain, and a Scorpio sees that mountain and they'll say something like, we're talking about this today. And sometimes that talk will transpire at like 11 p.m., sometimes at 2 a.m. in the morning, sometimes right before everyone is supposed to go to sleep. Now, the third thing many Scorpios admire and look for is loyalty. Not blind loyalty, but genuine loyalty. So get this, ancient astrologers associated Scorpio with fixed water energy, and water represents emotions. Fixed water means they're stable, enduring, and persistent. So once a Scorpio does make a decision to commit, they will invest deeply. So what I truly mean is that they will emotionally invest in you on a very deep level, like on a soul level. And so oftentimes our partner they will value the commitment just as seriously as they do. So imagine, if you will, like two people that are trapped in like a sinking pirate ship. One person immediately jumps overboard and leaves, and like the other says, grab a bucket. We're fixing this thing. We're doing it right now. Well, Scorpio will usually respect the second person. Okay, so another quality Scorpios often seek out is strength under pressure. This doesn't necessarily mean physical strength, okay, or having big muscles. It means resilience, because you all know life throws curveballs at everyone from time to time. And I know Scorpio energy tends to admire people who can take a hit, learn from it, and transform, and then keep moving forward, right? If you tell a Scorpio, I lost my job, rebuilt my life, learned new skills, and came back stronger, many Scorpios find that incredibly attractive. If you tell a Scorpio, I gave up because things got difficult, they may struggle to respect that mindset. Now let's talk about one of the biggest myths surrounding Scorpios. So it appears that most folks assume Scorpios only care about passion. Well, honestly, that's like saying a library only cares about bookshelves. The bookshelves matter, but they're not the whole point, right? Yes, of course, passion is definitely important to many Scorpios. I know it is to me, because it represents emotional connection. The Scorpios need to bond with you on a deep emotional level, a soul level. They want conversations that go somewhere. A Scorpio can totally enjoy talking about their favorite movies, but eventually they might ask questions like, what is your greatest fear? What life lesson changed you forever? Or they can ask you this: could you rewrite your past? If you could rewrite your past, how would you do it? Now you might be sitting there like across from you going, I just was thinking about pizza toppings. But anyway, so check this out. Esoteric astrology often views Scorpio as a sign connected with hidden truths. So because of this, many Scorpios literally appreciate intelligence, and not necessarily academic intelligence, okay? They appreciate psychological intelligence, self-awareness, the ability to understand motives, and even the ability to look within themselves. Yeah, and do some shadow work. If someone says, I know I have flaws and I'm working on them, many Scorpios will respect that. But if someone insists they are already perfect while creating chaos everywhere they go, Scorpio may quietly raise an eyebrow so high it enters into another dimension. Another thing Scorpios often look for is emotional consistency. And you know what? Contrary to popular belief, many Scorpios don't enjoy constant drama. Oh, heck no. People confuse intensity with drama. I see that so much. Now, to be transparent with y'all, they're not the same thing. Intensity means depth. Drama means unnecessary chaos. A Scorpio often prefers one honest conversation over 20 mind games. If someone sends mixed signals every day, disappears for a week, returns with a vague explanation involving spiritual growth, then vanishes again, the Scorpio may eventually decide they're too old for that nonsense. Now, one very important ancient esoteric symbol connected with Scorpio is the eagle. You see, the eagle represents the higher expression of Scorpio's energy. The eagle sees from a much higher perspective. And this symbolism suggests that many evolved Scorpios seek a partner who wants growth, someone who wants to become a much better version of themselves, and someone who learns from their mistakes, and someone who doesn't stay trapped in the same destructive patterns over and over and over. And here's the funny part. Despite their reputation for being mysterious, many Scorpios actually want clarity. They may be mysterious. They don't necessarily want you to be mysterious. And if a Scorpio asks where the relationship is going, and your answer sounds like a philosophy thesis mixed with quantum physics and a weather forecast, they may become very suspicious of your intentions and motives. Look, most Scorpios that I know personally truly appreciate directness. Does that mean, I don't know where I'm going with that. Just say what you feel, because most investors, most Scorpios want you to be authentic. So what I mean, Scorpio men and women really look for in a partner. Well, they really look for authenticity. They really look for loyalty. They look for resilience. They look for emotional depth, trustworthiness, and the ability to just be real in your conversations and be present with them, okay? They're not necessarily looking for perfection. They're looking for something like much rarer. They're looking for someone genuine. And perhaps that's why Scorpio gets misunderstood. People see Scorpio's intensity and assume it's about control. But get this, ancient astrology suggests something much different. You see, Scorpio's intensity comes from wanting truth and needing it. They don't want a surface level connection, you guys. They want the treasure buried beneath the surface. They want the conversation behind the conversation, the feeling behind the truth. They want the truth behind the mask. Okay, all Scorpios watching this right now, I know you agree. Did I get it right? And what is the number one thing you look for in a partner? I want you to drop it in the chat for me. And for everyone else, have you ever dated a Scorpio? What did they seem to value most when you were with them? And let the debate begin, because I have a feeling this comment section is about to get very, very interesting. And don't be bashful, you guys. Drop it in the chat for me. Let's all learn from each other, okay? Let's do this. All right, let's see who we got in the chat right now. I'm glad my camera didn't decide to go up to the ceiling while I was doing that, because that would have been like really embarrassing. Oh, Dave Cavity, thank you for the super chat. I kind of, when you give me super chats, I expect like a question or something, because that's usually when people give super chats. But thank you, Dave. You're awesome. I appreciate you so much. You're awesome. And a big hug to you. Thank you. And I'm still going back up to where I left off before I got on my train there. Let's see here. Rob Smiley, I have courage under fire. Okay, so I want someone who loved me for me. Okay, so basically, Marissa, am I hearing you right? You're saying you want someone who completely accepts you for who you are, intensity and all, right? Because seriously, if you're not a Scorpio and you're watching this, you have to be able to absorb a great deal of intensity from a true Scorpio. Okay, Scorpios are not your light and fluffy, airy fairy type of signs. Okay, they're not like a Gemini, they're not like a Libra, you know, they're not a social butterfly. They're not going around trying to get people to like them just for the heck of it. I mean, they're not like that at all. Scorpios rather isolate themselves and be in a crowd full of fools and pretenders. Okay, I mean, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm speaking now. When I speak, a lot of it is coming from my Scorpio placements, which run the show most of the time. I mean, Leo does try to run the show, of course. It's a battle between the two, the Lion and the Scorpion, but Scorpion usually wins when it comes to my actual decisions and everything in life. So, let's see here. Rob Smiley. Let's see. Rob Smiley. I love deep intellectual conversations, no texting. So is that one of the things that you look for in a soulmate connection or a serious partner, is you need to be able to have those intellectual conversations like face to face, right? Because like Tell me if you guys are like this out there, Scorpios, okay? When I have my deep conversations with people, I definitely do not want to be texting. I don't even want to be over the phone. I need to have the eye contact. I need to be able to feel everything about that person, okay, on like every single level. It's just like, I know a lot of people think they're being interrogated or being investigated when they're like in front of a Scorpio or having a conversation with a Scorpio because of the way that Scorpios look like deep into your soul. They give that like death stare, but it's really necessary. I mean, that's how I am. If I'm going to be having deep conversations and soul to soul conversations, I need the eye contact, like needs to be done in person. And Rob Smiley says, which is why I share stories about my past life incarnations to mix it up and not be typical and predictable. And Dave's, I like short conversations and lots of kisses. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, Marissa, true. Rob Smiley, you won't truly know who you're kissing, Dave. It won't be any kissing at all if I don't feel like I know the person well enough. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That sounds like a typical Scorpio. I mean, Scorpios are not, contrary to what most people put out there and believe, Scorpios are not hoe bags, okay? I hear people calling Scorpios like Scorpio hoes and all that sort of thing, and it's just so not like that. We can get freaky with the one person that we love and trust, but promiscuousness is not something synonymous with Scorpios. There's other people and other signs that I would say are a lot more promiscuous than Scorpios are, you know. So anyways, I have to set the record straight because the Scorpios that I know are very monogamous. It's one-on-one. They're very loyal. Actually, they marry for life. Okay. And they want that serious, deep relationship, you know, where they can totally 100% trust that their mate. They're not trying to like have, you know, situationships and lovers, you know. Yeah, I don't see that so much with Scorpios. Hi, Scorpio mama. What's cackalack-ing? That's cute. I like that. I'm so glad you're here, Scorpio mama. I hope you can contribute and Scorpio women, do I have your attention? What makes someone stand out from everyone else? I want my Scorpio women to answer that. When you are looking for a partner, what makes someone stand out above everyone else? And then Scorpio men, you're out there, I have a question for you. What attracts you to someone like immediately? You can let me know in the chat box because I'm scrolling down right now to see if you guys are paying attention. Okay, so Rob Smiley says, no, it can be over the phone for me, but in person, everything is better. Yeah. Society tends to overly sexualize Scorpio, which is very dangerous. Exactly. You are so right about it. And it actually drives me nuts. I literally, when I've clicked on other YouTube channels and stuff, and they're talking about Scorpios, they literally do sexualize the Scorpios like way too much. I mean, they literally paint Scorpios as being hoe bags, and it's just like, ugh, no. Okay, so we have King Capri says attracted by eyes. Okay, so that's the one thing that you will be attracted to immediately with a woman that will like totally catch you, is their eyes. Does that mean like the color of their eyes or just the way that they're looking at you? Ram Smiley says, and a beautiful face. Yeah. Well, okay, so obviously everyone wants to be with somebody that's attractive, right? I mean, that goes without saying. Maybe some signs and some people really need someone to be like, oh, so glamorous and beautiful and perfect, like a supermodel. I wouldn't say a supermodel because they're all trannies, but like perfect symmetry, you know, that sort of thing. But attraction can go so much deeper than the physical, because I'm telling you right now, as you age, even the most beautiful man or woman is going to lose their looks. And if there's not any substance behind their looks, I mean, I can say that personally, because, oh my God, I was like literally perfect in my teenage years, in my 20s and 30s and even 40s. Things do change, you guys, when you age. You don't stay beautiful forever. Okay. I mean, I was told I should have been a model and all this sort of thing because I'm really tall and that sort of thing. And I've always been super in shape. So it's not something the Scorpio in me is just like, no, we don't want to have fame. We want to just sit back and be under the radar and fly under the radar, because like, when you do have looks and you have personality and charm and all of that swagger going on, you already get enough attention. I couldn't imagine being on a world stage or being a celebrity. I wouldn't be able to take it, because it was hard for me to be in the gym surrounded by men all the time, and even being a personal trainer, and the attention that I got would drive me nuts. So like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to handle it if it had been any more than that, you guys. And I mean, unless a Scorpio well, I do have a lot of Leo in me, but that's not what literally drives my actions. My actions are ruled by Scorpio. Like when I make a decision, and I totally, like the Scorpios that I know, other than myself, like my daughter and my aunt and my brother-in-law and so many other Scorpios that I know that I've even worked with personally. I mean, they're not superficial. I mean, yes, they like beautiful people, but they learn very quickly, like the evolved Scorpios know that there's got to be some deep substance to that person that's going to keep them attracted for a much longer time. So anyways, let me see. Like, okay, so Dave Caddy says, beauty such as yours, Julianne. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Not so much these days, but yeah, back in the day, maybe. Yeah, things definitely start changing when you age. Let's see, Ross Smiley. Let's see here. I agree with you, Rob. Yeah, both. I have brown eyes. We've spoken about the Scorpio gaze. Yeah. Scorpio mama, I'm chilling. You're still perfect. I age backwards forever. Yeah, that's exactly. My other YouTube channel is actually called Growing Forever Young 50 Plus. So yeah, I tell people I'm immortal. I'm a vampire. I don't age. So what I've been saying since I was 17. I actually believe it, you guys. So Scorpio mama, I was a big butt fox. A big butt fox. What's a big butt fox? You have to really elaborate on that, Scorpio mama. King Capri, understanding. Okay, so King Capri looks for understanding in a partner. Awesome. Chosen ones don't age like regular humans. I just choose myself, so I guess I'm chosen, right? And Scorpio mama, Rob, now I get too much, darling. Let's see, Rob Smiley, I said it before, YOLO doesn't apply to Scorpions. Yeah, exactly. All right, you guys are right. I love the fact that you guys are interacting. And where's my book? I wanted to read here. I think this is, why did I put that? There it is. So now from a different perspective, you guys, while I'm reading you Scorpio's amorous nature, and we're going to talk about Scorpio women and their amorous nature and Scorpio men and their amorous nature. And this is from a different perspective and from a different astrologer other than myself. I love to give two different points of view. So here we go. I'm going to try to look up more so you guys can see I have my book. Okay. So, and the reason I like to read from my books is because a lot of people think that my videos are created based on just a personal opinion. And though that might be true to a small degree, I can't lie about that. A lot of also what I create is based on astrology and like the ancient Masoretic Hebrew esoteric texts, and even some modern astrology. I mix that in a little bit too, but I also mix in my personal experiences. So I want things to be well-rounded and deep. I don't like just getting on here and going, well, this is my opinion. And, well, you know, I mean, anyone can have an opinion. So anyways, I know I don't need to explain that to you, but I like to explain it because I have had people comment on my videos saying, oh, that's your opinion. And I'm just like, whatever. My videos are not based on just an opinion. That's just a small fraction. So anyways, you and a Scorpio woman. Okay, so Scorpio women have faint hearts. Faint hearts never won a Scorpio. Okay, so this is what this is going to describe basically what a female is like in love or in a intimate relationship, or what she's looking for, that sort of thing. So faint hearts never won a Scorpio female. It takes a man who knows exactly what he wants to hold his ground against a woman born under this sign. Scorpio women are very emotional, very affectionate, and very demanding. She is not interested in a light flirtation or a bed for the night. Neither does she believe in sharing. Exactly. That's one thing I always say to people. I don't share. Like if I'm upfront, like when I first meet somebody, like if I'm dating somebody in the very beginning, I'm so upfront. Like the first thing I say is, I don't share. Okay, so if you've got wandering eyes, wandering body parts, we're done. There's not going to be a second date. So, yes, and it's so true, you guys. Am I right? You guys, let me know if this is on point, because so far, this astrologer is on point. The Scorpio woman does not share her man. Sorry for the emphasis, but it must be said because it's so. Anyways, okay, any man who thinks it is necessary to sign a treaty just because he's having an affair with a woman would do well to avoid getting involved with a Scorpio female. She believes in treaties with irrevocable clauses and lots of fine print spelling out just what you can't do. And this is so true, you guys. I hope you're listening. How does she get away with being so possessive and jealous? And I don't believe in the jealousy. Scratch that. Let's just say, how does she get away with being so dang possessive and territorial over her man? Scratch the jealousy. I've never known a jealous Scorpio. Because she is a marvelous, fascinating, irresistible woman, exciting in the bedroom, entertaining in the living room. She carries with her an enticing air of mystery. She can drive a man to the brink of despair and with a gesture summon him back to the heights of happiness. And this is so true, you guys. There is no in between with this explosive female. With any other woman of the zodiac, you can work out some sort of compromise about who has rights and who has suffered wrongs, but not with a Scorpio female, not with her. You have to knuckle under and make the best of your bargain, or settle for living in the middle of a permanent earthquake. Love is very important to a Scorpio woman, and she can turn on enough magnetism to attract any man. If a man is really special, she is willing to play the role of aggressor. Her dynamo starts to whir. I don't know if that was a typo, you guys, because I've never seen that word before. And I used to read the dictionary, and don't laugh at me. Anyways, there's a word in here I have never seen, and I think it's a typo. So I'll skip it because it just is a bizarre. Yeah, okay. Scorpio woman is gifted with the ability to penetrate into hidden secrets of human nature. She can also see into a man's sex fantasies, and with her imaginative techniques, keep him hooked. Scorpio is a water sign, and like all the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, this woman is very susceptible to the feelings of others. Her most intense desire is for a close, committed union. In a relationship, she cannot bear coldness or casualness or a feeling that she is being shunted aside. When she is in love, she is at her most vulnerable. For then a lover can hurt her without even knowing it. Another woman might forgive and forget. But when Scorpio woman is hurt, she will always strike back if necessary. She will destroy you if necessary. And that's what the book says, and I have to agree. So, you guys, just saying, Scorpio woman is not for everyone. However, despite what you've heard about Scorpio's willful, passionate nature, she is a faithful mate to the man that she chooses for her own. Hers is a fixed sign, and she possesses an enduring capacity for loyalty. A man could not have a fiercer ally. That's so true. If Scorpio woman loves you, she will defend and protect you with her dying breath. And that is so true, you guys. I'm just saying, this book has described me to a T, but I want to know, I want to hear from the Scorpio women out there. Is this sounding like you? I mean, be honest, be truthful. Don't be shy. I'm being honest. I'm like this. That's why I don't have a lot of suitors. That's why, I'm really picky, because I know there's certain individuals out there that could not handle what I am and the things that I need. So yeah, and just being honest, you guys. So, however, despite what you've heard about Scorpio's willful, passionate, okay, I think I already read that. If a Scorpio woman loves you, she will defend and protect you with her dying breath. What she demands is consistency. And she offers, I don't know if this is okay. This doesn't sound right. What she demands is constancy. What she offers is fidelity. Okay, I was reading that wrong. She is possessive, but most men with a Scorpio woman in their lives will tell you they want nothing more than to be possessed by her. Yes, because, once a Scorpio woman is all in and you gain their trust and they have made a decision to commit to you, you are literally going to be rewarded. Yes, she might be all those things that I read, but she's also going to give you her life, her emotions. She's going to give you the depth of her. She's going to trust you. She will literally have your back. She will be your ride or die. Okay. So now, let's see. You and Scorpio man. Okay, it's all about the Scorpio man. Okay, here you go. If you're not a Scorpio, this is how it will be with a Scorpio man in a amorous relationship. Women sense in him a magnetic life force, and sexuality is only part of this magnetism. He projects his aura of mystery and power, of a disturbing, unpredictable, thoroughly masculine presence. One reason Scorpio has such a bad press is that the flaws in his character show up more in his love life than in any other area. Nothing brings out the extremes to which his nature is subject as much as sex. He has so much energy and passion, you'll have no trouble seducing him if that's all you want from him. What is harder is to form a relationship with him. That's right. Anyone can catch a Scorpio man's eye, but it takes something so much more special to capture his heart. And you need to be that rare someone to capture a Scorpio man's heart. He has so much energy and passion. Okay, so this is not because he doesn't want a relationship, for it is, in fact, exactly what he does want. He is an intensely sensitive man who can be easily hurt and who often feels lonely and unfulfilled. The problem is that jealousies, scratch that, and unexpressed angers are very difficult to live with. He has the most indefensible defenses in the zodiac. And the one thing he will never let you see is his vulnerable side. He will never allow a woman to dominate him. If he chooses, he can keep a woman dangling on his string as long as he wants her. When he cuts her loose, no matter how ruthless the parting may be, he'll be surprised if she shows any rancor. He's the only one who has a right to be vindictive. Do you hear me, you guys? He's the only one that has the right to be vindictive. And I want you guys to really know this side of Scorpio, because I'm telling you right now, people don't believe me when I say this. Scorpio men and women are not for everyone. As much as so many people seem to become so obsessed with Scorpios, especially Scorpio men, oh my gosh. I don't get that way, you guys. With Scorpio men, I can see right through them. There's another Scorpio. I can see right through them. I'm already 10 steps ahead of even Scorpio men. I can see right through Scorpio men. And Scorpio men love the heck out of me. But I'm just like, yeah. It would even take a very, 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 very special Scorpio man to woo me. So, like, seriously. And so I'm just saying Scorpio men and women are not for everyone. And yeah, there is a lot of obsession surrounding Scorpios. And I can see why. I mean, because when Scorpio does actually make a decision to commit to you and devote their lives to you, you are getting 110% of them. Okay. You're getting the deepest parts of a person that should matter in a relationship. You're not just getting a man who's going to take care of you financially. You're getting his soul, his heart, his time, his affections, everything. Okay. You're getting his intensity. Okay. So like, and it's a big deal. This is a big deal. These are the things that actually should matter in life. And that is why I love Scorpios so much, because the emphasis about, when it comes to Scorpios is the fact that I'm sure they love money and all of the material things just as much as the next person. But at the same time, what they need is deep emotional connections, a soul level connection. And most other signs don't need that. They just want to know if you've got a large, bank account, or they're a lot more superficial. They worry about like more of the material side of things and finances, where Scorpios, they look into the soul of you. And is there any substance to you? Are you a genuine person? Seriously, look around you guys. When you walk out there, you deal with people every day. If you're out there in the work field, I mean, how many soulless people are walking around, like have no brain, no soul, nothing, no heart. They're just soulless. So they're literally like this walking dead. I mean, seriously, that ain't going to work for a Scorpio. Seriously, you got to have some substance. In matters of love, a Scorpio man always knows the cost of what he wants to the last decimal point. If the cost is too high, emotionally, financially, or otherwise, he won't haggle. He'll simply just walk away. And believe me, when a Scorpio man or woman does walk away, you're not going to get closure, because they already know that you know the reason. They already know that you know what you did to push them away. Okay. So, Scorpios know that you know. So you can't fool a Scorpio. So he is aware of how attractive he is to women and makes the most of it. In his approach to lovemaking, he plans his moves carefully, not wasting time, but never appearing to be in a haste. He is direct and forceful, and there aren't too many women around who can avoid responding to his uncomplicated physical passion. He brings out the full sensual potential in any woman with whom he's having an intimate relationship with. One of the things that makes him really unique as a lover is that he truly understands a woman's needs. And if he is not threatened, he will try to meet all of his woman's needs. This vigorous, virile male can be a lot to handle. A Scorpio man makes a woman feel like she's the best female she can be. So I hope that helped clear up some things, maybe some questions you guys might be having about what Scorpio men and women are either looking for or what they're like in a love relationship or intimate relationship or even a marriage or whatever. Any relationship where a Scorpio has made a decision to make a commitment to you. And believe me, that is a big deal. It can take a lot for a Scorpio woman and even a Scorpio man to fall in love. It's not something that, happens in a day. I was losing my voice, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so parched. Okay, so I want to see if you guys are giving me some feedback on what I just read. So how far, this is when I need a moderator. Help, I need moderators. I need at least 3 moderators. Okay, so I have to go back even further. Let's see. I'm going. Rob Smiley. Rob Smiley, you have a few concubines. You mean you have a harem of women? Okay, sorry. I'm still scrolling back, and I just happened to catch some of these comments, and I'm just like, you guys are making me laugh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think I'm back where I left off. I'm crying. You guys are making me laugh. Stop it. Scorpio mama. Okay, so maybe, okay. Self-explanatory, cuz be acting a little slow. My bad, I'm funny. Okay, Marissa Woolward, I was in emotional, okay, you were in an emotional abuse. I'm still healing from it. Yeah. I know my daughter went through something really, really horrific with one of her baby daddies before she got married. And she's had to go to therapy and everything for it. It's traumatic, especially for Scorpios. That's King Capri. Let's see here. If you have any questions, you guys, I just want to put a friendly reminder out there to please put your questions in all caps, because that really helps me find them and they'll stand out, make it so much easier, because I'm wearing these glasses here. So, I mean, I already need help, you guys. I didn't even start wearing glasses until I was like 46 years old. Up until then, my eyesight was pretty darn good. And then all of a sudden, one day I wake up and I'm like squinting. I'm like, oh my gosh, yesterday I could read this just fine. And now I'm like, it's crazy. They're just reading glasses, but it really does something with your ego or whatever. But yeah, I'm just like, I've gotten over it though. I'm over the whole glasses, needing it for reading small print. I don't need glasses for like far away or driving. So thank goodness for that. Whew. I don't know if I could bear it. Let's see here. Scorpio Mama, I used to cry a lot. Rob Smiley, I got a few okay, I read that. That was pretty funny. So Marissa, we give folks so much yeah, but when we're done, we're done. Marissa, or Scorpio Mama, I'm with you on that. When someone is done, when Scorpio is done, they're done. No going back. Rob Smiley says, I can attract any woman. There you go. That's what Scorpios are like. You ain't saying nothing. Let's see. Life is game and game is life. Smile philosophy. Hello. Okay, so Scorpio Mama, used to attract any man. I did too. I used to attract, literally, I used to attract any man, any woman, even the male animals loved me. I'm just like, now I'm like, lucky if a grasshopper gives me attention. But yeah, it doesn't bother me anymore, because like when I was younger, it was a little bit more of a big deal. but not so much. But then when you get older and you realize, like, gosh, I'm not 29 anymore. I don't have that perfect body anymore. I don't, I always had the perfect personality, but yeah. I mean, I think in my 40s, I had a lot of young men still chasing me. I even dated a Scorpio man that was half my age. He had no problem being with me. It's like, yeah, but that didn't work because he was a little bit too immature. Let's see here. Is that a question? Dave Cavity, how do you recover from that? Wait a minute. What's that question for? How do you recover from what? Dave Cavity, can you please elaborate on that question? Because I don't know what you mean. King Capri, Sigma Bird, Rob Smiley, sounds demonic. I'm putting in contract on him. I hope that doesn't mean. Okay, seem like me with Aries. Marissa Woolward, are you saying that you get along with Aries? I get along with Aries really well, you guys. And that's kind of shocking to some people, but Aries, I mean, I don't know. I really do get along with Aries pretty well. They crack me up, man. I mean, Aries are actually pretty funny people. Let's see here. I still love being a Scorpio. Rob Smiley, 150% from me. Let's see. So Rob Smiley is saying that, like, when you're in a relationship, you give 150%. Let's see here. King Capri, all or nothing. There you go. I love it too, Rob. Okay, so I'm not even seeing any questions. Scorpio Mama, I have a tendency to offend folks, but I don't mean to. Well, yeah, I mean, Scorpios are direct, right? I mean, my daughter's that way. I'm that way. I have learned, because I was in an elevated position back in the day. It wasn't actually that long ago, you guys, but I was in an elevated position where I was over like several hundred people. And I had to learn really quickly how to professionally communicate with people. And I already had a great deal of experience being a personal trainer and training super soldiers on the NATO base in Mons, Belgium, but it's kind of different when you've got 400 people that you have to take care of. It's like, but thank goodness people liked me, because I was actually true to my word and I was very fair. So, okay, we've got nothing but babble. Hello, is this your first time here? Okay, I'm an Aries and my closest female friends have been with Scorpios. Also, my last relationship was with a younger Scorpio. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, possum. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys make nothing but bubble or babble. Sorry about that. Feel welcomed. Awesome. I can totally relate with you. Totally 100%. My baby sister is an Aries and we get along like peanut butter and jelly. Seriously, like, and most Aries females are men. I had a best friend that I actually really loved in high school. I had a soul friend, but I had a best friend and she was an Aries. I absolutely adored her. Like I just thought she was just so awesome. She was cool. She was a cool girl. Let's see here. I used them to crush my opponents. Let's see. We got Smile Philosophy. Cosmic Goddess Julianne, what is your favorite mystery cereal? Wait a minute. Hold on. Are you talking about was my favorite mystery serial killer? Or my favorite mystery cereal as in food? I don't even eat cereal. I'm allergic to it. So, Cosmic Goddess Julianne, what is your favorite mystery cereal? Are you talking about like a movie mystery or novel mystery? I do like mysteries. You know, I do like mystery movies. I'm trying to think of like, what is a good mystery movie that I've watched? I mean, I can tell you movies. I like vampire movies, you guys. I do like mystery. I like mobster movies, vampire movies, dark. I don't like the horror type movies. Those aren't for me. Um, I can handle a little bit of blood and all that, of course, but I mean, like, I don't like the horror. I don't know. I can't do horror movies. But I like all the vampire movies, like the Underworld series. I love the Underworld series. I love Blade, the movie Blade. Of course, I loved all of the mobster movies. I have mob blood in my veins. My grandpa was in the mob. He was actually best friends with Frank Sinatra and Barbara Streisand, and he played in movies and that sort of thing. He was part of the mob. He was one of the few people that was actually able to get out of the mob without being killed. So, yeah, I'm Italian. Anyway, so King Capri, Scooby-Doo, there you go. Okay, so now as far as her cartoon, Scooby-Doo is a good one. Yeah. I love Scooby-Doo. Oh, absolutely. Okay, Marissa, welcome to live stream, nothing but babble. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is a favorite cereal. Okay. Oh my God. I wasn't sure what they were asking me. Smile philosophy. Because cereal. I don't know. I mean, it's SERIEL. I'm not sure like what that meant, but like yesterday we were trying to come up with some good Scorpio movies, and hold on for a second, you guys. I have to grab something. Hope I didn't mess up my camera. But you guys can chime in and hold on. I'm just going to look up something really quick. So do you guys out there, Scorpios, do you like movies such as like The Crow, Constantine, Interview with the Vampire? Do you like movies like Van Helsing? Do you guys like movies like The Green Mile and The Matrix? You know, movies like that, or The Lost Boys, or Bram Stoker's Dracula. So those are the kind of movies I love. I also like the John Wick movies. I like sword movies, like there's a sword in a movie. I love action movies. I love dragon movies, anything with dragons. So yeah, anyways. But yeah. And as far as like when I read material, you guys, I don't read mystery books. I read books that have to do with like ancient history or astrology or anything that's occultic or esoteric. Yeah, I don't do mysteries, and I don't do romance novels, that sort of thing. Those don't turn me on. So okay, Smile Philosophy says, my question was about TV series. Oh, okay. So your favorite, okay, mystery TV series. Okay, so yeah, I'm not into a lot of TV shows. I don't really watch TV shows at all. When I was a kid, yeah, Scooby-Doo was the thing. But as far as TV shows, I stopped watching TV when I was 17, and I started reading the heck out of everything. And I was either in the gym or in front of a book or raising my kids or moving like every 3 months. So my life was very full. So didn't have time for TV. Now, movies, every once in a while, I would watch a movie, but I'm very, very particular about what movie I'll watch. I'm just not going to sit in front of any old movie. Let's see here. King Capri, Van Helsing, The Wolf Cries for the Woman. Yeah. Actually, I watched that movie, but I wasn't as really impressed with it. I do know that the dogmen do actually exists, though. That's for sure. It's not a myth. Dragons exist, and I won't tell you why I know, because that's a family secret. And I could get in trouble. So, Rob Smiley, Dracula Untold is, yeah, Rob Smiley, Dracula Untold is the best. Yeah, I really like that movie a lot too. Yeah, that was a really good. And Scorpio Mama says Exorcist. Am I right? Okay, so we're talking about movies. So, did anyone actually? Titanic. Okay, we got Titanic, Vampire Diaries. Actually, I think those were the only two TV shows or series. They weren't even TV. They weren't even on like regular TV, as far as I know. The only shows I really liked was the originals. I actually liked that series. That was like, yes, that was like, yay. I think I watched Vampire Diaries, but I definitely know I watched the originals. And let's see here. Scorpio King was garbage. The Underworld, Rise of the Lycans is the best one. Yeah, I agree. Nothing But Babel. Oh my gosh, literally my housemate is watching the Scorpion King right now. That is so funny. Oh, that's awesome. Air. Okay, we've got someone new. Air Stregler. Good evening to you. Welcome. Are you a Scorpio? Or are you here to learn about what Scorpios are looking for? Okay, so Air Stregler says, don't spill the dragon secret. No, I won't. I'm just going to say, and you guys can believe me or not believe me, it doesn't matter. But yes, dragons actually do exist, period. Period. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, you guys, it's up to you to do your own research, but they absolutely do exist. They were not a myth. And matter of fact, I will tell you this, not only in the small country schools that I was raised in California, we were literally taught in elementary school. I remember this so well, like it was yesterday. We were taught that giants existed, like Paul Bunyan and many other giants actually exist and existed. And giants do still exist. And that dragons were not a myth. We were taught the dragons were actually very real. They weren't dinosaurs, they were dragons. So I'm just saying, like even the Greeks, even to this day, in the Greek schools, they teach that like Zeus and all of the Titans were real people. They actually existed. They were not a myth. They're not taught that they're myths. It's only in this modern era and a lot of the schools that the teachers and curriculum is teaching everyone that everything is a myth. It's all fiction and it's just fantasy. And it's like, no, it's not. It's actually not. So yeah, my daughter loves the heck out of dragons, and I do too. We both love dragons, but I love birds like the ravens and stuff and crows. So that's my thing. And wolves, crows, ravens, and dragons are like my favorite of pretty much anything's black. Just kidding, you guys. I'm not that dark, but I can go dark. Yeah, so I want to make sure that I am Air Stregler. I'm Scorpio, Mars, ascendant, Sun, Uranus, stellium 12th house. Awesome. So are you saying, Air Stregler, that you're Scorpio Mars, you're Scorpio ascendant, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Uranus? So that definitely is a stellium for sure. And then you're the 12th house. Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. That's really, you got a lot of Scorpio energy in you. Awesome. And Dave's back. All right. Ross Smiley, like Percy Jackson, Air Stregler, precisely. Awesome. Yay. Scorpio Mama. Hello to everybody coming in the chat. Yay. Thank you, Scorpio Mama. You're awesome. We're making everyone feel so comfortable. So, yeah. Does anybody want to have know their personal birthday? like if you're a Scorpio out there. Okay, so we have a question. Hold on. We got a question from King Capri. It just popped up. So what does it mean to have Scorpio in the 12th house? I'm an astrology. So basically you're going to be dealing with the realms of like karma and spirituality and dreams. You're going to have a very intense spiritual life. So yeah. Which actually, you know, having it in 12th house for a Scorpio, it literally goes in sync with what a Scorpio really represents anyways. Because Scorpios usually tend to be drawn to the spiritual realm and that sort of thing. So, and also like with Pluto, you're dealing with karmic energy in the Pluto, with Pluto being your ruling planet and that sort of thing. So, and yeah, I'm being very psychic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Scorpio naturally rules themes of transformation, death, and rebirth, and that sort of thing. And that's like what the ruling planet Pluto lends to Scorpio. So yeah, I would say that like core traits of Scorpio in 12th house are going to be like really deep hidden emotions, you guys. So they're going to keep their pain secret and hide their vulnerabilities, and they'll tend to like process their emotions alone, that sort of thing. So like, yeah, King Capricorn, like an old soul. Yeah, I would say, yeah, kind of like an old soul. Yeah, I would say that in the 12th house, they're going to struggle with trust issues and that sort of thing too. They'll like really struggle to trust others. So anyways, they'll also have like vivid dreams and premonitions and that sort of thing. And also like 12th house is going to be related to like doing shadow work. So, I mean, just that alone is like, that's Scorpios can do shadow work all day long because Scorpios are not afraid of the dark. They're not afraid to face their shadows and that sort of thing. So guys, oh my goodness. Okay. All right, let's see here. Now, as far as what you guys are looking for in a partner, or anybody that's coming in, I want to say welcome to my channel. We love you. And I want to know from you, what are the most important things that you look for in a partner? I'm going to look at something here real quick. Go up here really quick and see. So for instance, like if you were vying for a soul partner, what would be on your checklist? Like literally your soulmate checklist. Okay, so for instance, I wrote you, I'm going to give you my Scorpio soulmate checklist. And hello, we got Muse 3DD. Hello there. So glad you're here. Okay, so like the Scorpio woman soulmate checklist. I'm going to give you mine, and then you guys give me yours if you want to. I'm not going to bend your arm back and make you guys tell me what your soulmate checklist is, but I'm going to, because this is what this video is about, you guys. And this is for people who are not Scorpio. We're trying to help the other signs out there that really need to know what it is that Scorpios are looking for. What are the real important traits and things and attributes that they really, really need in a soulmate partner. Like They can't live without these certain traits. Anyways, I'm going to tell you mine. My soulmate checklist. Okay, so I boiled it down to these essentials, you guys. So number 1 is loyalty, top of the list. This is for Scorpio woman, loyalty. Number 2, honesty. Number 3, emotional depth. Okay, you got to be able to go deep with the Scorpio. Number 4, be passionate. You got to have some darn passion in life, because to me, if you do not have passion, then what are you here for? I mean, how boring are you? I'm just saying, like, oh my gosh. Get excited about life. Get excited about your dreams, your goals. Have passion in the bedroom and outside of the bedroom. Get passionate about seeing a daffodil. Okay, get passionate about life. Have some passion. Be strong-minded. That's my number 5. You got to have a strong mind. Be strong, very strong-minded. That means no addictions to any of the garbage that's out there. You got to be able to stand on what you believe. Number 6, be trustworthy. Number 7, emotionally available, emotionally vulnerable, right? Okay, number 8, I'm looking for someone that's going to be very protective of not just me, but our relationship as a whole, that they will, what would you call it, to value the relationship so much so and cherish the relationship, but literally protect the sanctity of the relationship as a whole, not just like over me, you know, of course I want that too, but like, number 9 is I look for someone who is got some brain cells. I want someone who's intelligent, but mostly like spiritually intelligent or spiritually wise. That's, I'm going to be more specific about that. Number 10, I'm going to need a like spiritual connection with somebody. Number 11, devotion. I want someone who will be devoted to me. Someone who's totally consistent. That's number 12, consistency. Number 13, someone who is authentic, right? We want someone who's genuine, no fakery or effery at all, okay? And then number 14, this is a really big one, you guys, even though it's not number 1 like loyalty, but this is a big one for me. They have to be capable of going deep. And I'm not talking about like holding hands and then jumping off a cliff into the deep ocean. And no, I'm talking about emotionally deep. We need to get to the soul level deep eventually. Doesn't have to start off soul level deep. It needs to get there eventually, okay? Because everything is a process. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. And then 15, willing to grow and transform together. That means to be spiritually yoked, you both need to be spiritually evolving and going in the same direction. You are not going to be equally yoked if you guys are evolving at completely different paces of emotional and spiritual maturity and evolution, that sort of thing. If you guys are literally going in different directions, you are now unequally yoked and you should not be together. And it's okay. Go your own way. Meet someone who can literally bring you up to their level. And then many Scorpio women, such as myself, would rather remain single than settle for a relationship that lacks depth, loyalty, passion, and emotional truth. And Scorpio women, like myself, often seek a ride or die soul connection, okay? So we're not looking for someone that's perfect. We're looking for someone who will be there with us through thick and thin, through all the messy ups and downs, or all the chaotic things, tumultuous things that might be thrown at us, you know, in life, whether by our own doing, which usually is the case, or by somebody else's own doing. Anyways, did I miss? Is there someone in here named Dave? Oh, okay. Let's see here. So Eric Stegler says, that's right, girl. Passion. Exactly. Yeah. I know. And when someone tells me, oh my gosh, passion, you need passion. My God, what's wrong with you? I'm just like, what's wrong with you if you don't have passion? Are you dead? Like, seriously, I just throw the question right back at them. I'm just like, I ain't dealing with that. Like, Ross Smiley, the lotus flower represents Scorpio. Ross Smiley, grows in the concrete and in dirty, murky water. Scorpio mama, love family. Rob Smiley, nothing can stop it from growing. Rob Smiley, I'm always taking applications for a potential spiritual bee. Or spiritual bay. Oh, spiritual bay. You must be a young one, Rob Smiley. Okay, so Muse says, hey, David. Okay, we got King Capri. What did you say, King Capri? Where are you? All of the above and someone who doesn't give up. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Eris Regular, bam. You mind reader. I don't usually discuss spirituality with my current lovers, to be honest. It's too deep for them. Right. Yeah. Oh, you're a Scorpio too. Nice. Okay. I don't know who you were talking to, Muse, but oh my goodness. Rob Smiley, women with unhealed childhood traumas won't discuss spirituality. Right, exactly. They can't. They're not able to. Air Straggler, they will not have a long time with you as your lovers, then I assume. Yeah, exactly. Rob Smiley in 41. Okay, you're young. You're barely hatched, Rob Smiley. You're barely hatched. Dave Cavity and Muse, you, Julianne. Okay, you're. Oh my effing God, you're Scorpio. No, I'm dominant Scorpio. I have a Scorpio stellium, but I have to also admit that not only does Scorpio dominate me, it's always in competition with the Leo dominant traits I have in my chart. So that's the reason why I act like the way I do, is because like Leo runs the way that I communicate. So, and also it's in my Mars. So it was always very dominant, but Scorpio is like literally runs a show when it comes to my emotions, how I act, how I make decisions and that sort of thing. Scorpio runs a show, but Leo likes to make their presence known. Like, seriously, I do act like a Leo too, you guys. So, I mean, if you don't like Leos, sorry. Oh, well. But yeah, I have both those two are like literally vying for attention sometimes. But yeah, definitely. I act more, a heck of a lot more like a Scorpio though. Like, but you know what? Scorpios and Leos have a lot of similar traits, you guys, because Leos are also very loyal. They're very loyal. They're very protective. They're a warrior just like a Scorpio is. So they have a lot of similar everything, you know. It's just Leos are really more flamboyant, you know, like out there, extroverted. You know, look at me, I'm so gorgeous and everyone's jealous of me. So anyways, oh, we have George. Hello, George. Okay, George says I'm 50. I'm glad you made it, George. Rob Smiley. So George, I think you're new to the chat. So what is your soulmate checklist look like, George and Rob Smiley and Muse and King Capri and Air Stragler and Marissa and Scorpio Mama and Miriam and Dave Cavity? What does your soulmate checklist look like? What is your top 3 most important things that you must have in a partner? Otherwise, it's a no-go for Scorpio. Let me know. Yeah, Leos are cool. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, boy, but when a Leo gets angry, holy moly, everyone in the galaxies knows when a Leo is ticked. Like, everyone knows. But like, yeah, I'm not like that so much. Like in public, especially the Scorpio is like, we're like, don't humiliate me in public. That's a big thing for Scorpios. Like if your partner wants to start an argument with a Scorpio, that's a no-go. You do not humiliate or disrespect a Scorpio in public. That is a no-go. Just saying. That's probably the one thing that I don't have that Leo trait. I have the sunny disposition of Leo and making everyone feel warm and comfy. I have a lot of the Leo traits for sure. But the one thing that when it comes to like arguments and that sort of thing, it has to be done behind closed doors, not in public. Where Leos might tend to literally bear their laundry out in public, and if they're angry, they'll have no problem bursting out in public. And that's the one Leo trait I do not have. But I have the sunny disposition. Hi, how are you? I have the confident walk of a Leo. I have the confidence of a Leo and a Scorpio. So definitely those are very everyone always says I'm just so sunny and bubbly and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, but that's not who I truly am. Like when you really get to know me, that's a lot more subdued. So yeah. But okay, let's talk about Scorpio man's checklist. I had to just do some homework when it came to this because I'm not a Scorpio man. So now I'm just kind of going off of my research and also personal experiences with other Scorpio men. And so let me see. I had to take notes and write this down, you guys. So it looks like, okay, Scorpio man's ultimate soulmate checklist. I would have to say, because I know this, I've been told this by a lot of Scorpio men, that loyalty is number one, top of your list. You have to have loyalty from your partner. Number two, honesty and trustworthiness goes in line with that. And then number three would be like passion. And number five, emotionally deep. 6, intelligent. 7, devoted. 8, authentic. 9, strong-willed. And compassionate. And then I would say like for 10, emotionally available. And this is a big one for Scorpio men, right? Respectful. You must be respectful. That's a big one for men. And even being admired. And 12, you must be dependable. And this is a big one for Scorpio men. Being private and discreet. Capable of deep intimacy and willing to build a lifelong bond. Those are the things that I know personally have been told by Scorpio men. So you guys can tell me if I'm on point or not. So this is important for us to discuss because there's so many people. I tell you what, I am not even joking here. I get so many emails from non-Scorpio females asking me to help them deal with their Scorpio man. Lots of females they seem beside themselves. A lot of these women are Taurus women, or Virgos, even Gemini women have reached out to me asking, oh my gosh, what do I do? I don't know how to love this Scorpio man. I don't even know what to do when they go quiet on me, when they go mute on me. Or they ghost me, and oh my God, he was giving me all of this attention, and our relationship seemed so great, and it was going in the right direction, and he literally seemed so attentive to me, and then boom, like that, nothing from him. And I mean, so like because I do get a lot of requests from women to help them out with Scorpio men. I have actually, that's why I've dedicated Sundays to be all about Scorpios, okay? Because this is the time where people can come to this live show and ask those questions, about, Scorpios, how to deal with a Scorpio that's gone quiet and that sort of thing, okay? Or how to love a Scorpio. What is a Scorpio looking for? And these are questions that I get asked all the time, literally. How do I love this Scorpio man or Scorpio woman? I've even had a couple men reach out to me. I've had a lot of Pisces men reach out to me asking me how to deal with a Scorpio woman. And I'm just going to say to be blunt and everything. If you're dealing with a Scorpio woman or man and they have not dealt with their traumas, childhood traumas, any kind of trauma in their life whatsoever, and they're not evolved, they're living in the past, they're still like a prisoner to their own traumas, you're not going to get anywhere with them, period. It doesn't matter if you are a saint. It doesn't matter if you are a perfect Taurus woman or man. It does not matter. Okay. They have to do the work. They have to get to the point where they say enough is enough and I've got to do the shadow work now. They have to make that decision. It's not anyone else's obligation or job to fix a Scorpio. So I'm just saying, there is a lot of Scorpios out there and people in general that have a lot of emotional traumas that are undealt with. And they bring all of that childhood baggage into their adulthood and they try to squeeze it in and make room for it into their relationships. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's going to be the most messy relationship ever. If you force these relationships where you have not checked your baggage and put it in the past and dealt with it, literally dealt with it, any relationship you try to get into is going to be it's going to be chaotic and it won't last. It just won't last, period. So, that's the best I can say on that. With all of the tons of life experience I've had and I've watched others, it's just, no. If a Scorpio is playing games with you, really playing games with you, then yeah, that's not something you want to deal with. You want them to go and deal with themselves. But I'm going to say, though, with most Scorpios that I know, they're not just going to disappear for the heck of it, unless they are traumatically a mess or you have done something first. I'm just saying, it's not in a Scorpio's nature just to back away and disappear and ghost unless they are literally dealing with some traumatic things or some serious things with themselves where you literally have shown emotional disloyalty, or you have been shady in your behavior, or you have been disloyal in any sort of way. Especially it can be emotional disloyalty because Scorpios can feel the vibes. Scorpios will never usually be, I'm going to say usually, they will never usually be the first one to lie or cheat or do shady stuff. Usually, there's always that small portion Scorpios that are just, because when they're bad, they're really, really bad. And when they're good, they're really, really good. So, yeah, just make sure you're dealing with the angelic Scorpio, okay? Because Scorpios don't do gray, you guys. And I'm speaking from myself. I don't do in between. I don't do gray. I'm a very evolved Scorpio, but even still then, it's an all or nothing, ride or die, black or white, period. And I don't care if, most Scorpios are like that. I have learned to become gray in some areas of my life where it really doesn't even matter to be gray. But when it comes to relationships and my morals and the things that I need, I am black or white. It's all or nothing. There's not going to be compromise there. So we have KVNMR. I don't even know what. Can you? Hello, welcome. I was. Is it Kevin Martskins? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry if I'm butchering, but it doesn't even look like a name, but Kevin? Can I just call you Kevin? I think you're new here. Air straggler. Mars lends you his fire. All right, but you are water as Scorpio unless you got, okay, so you're a very young Scorpio. I reckon stage 2, probably no 4 times 12, 48 years old, I assume. What? I have no idea. See, the fire might as well make your water boil and evaporate, right? Universe loves equilibrium. Air straggler. There's always a reason. Right. Okay. Okay. I think I need to go up. I need to go up, scroll. Anybody have any questions? Okay, here we go. I think there's a question here. Dave Cavity says faithfulness, faithfulness, faithfulness. Exactly. I agree on that. Marissa, I'm Leo in North Node and Aquarius in South Node. Awesome. Scorpio mama. Leo's is liars. Well, I have actually heard that a lot, but yeah. Leos, when they're not evolved and they don't care about you, they're probably going to tell a lot of white lies for sure. I think anyone is capable of being a liar. Even Scorpios can be liars. I know that I hate to admit this, but like there's been times where I have deliberately told falsehoods just to confuse people, like literally try to like keep people and it was a deliberate tactic. It was part of my Scorpio strategy. But it was just somebody that I was breaking up with or divorcing, somebody who didn't mean anything to me anymore. That sort of thing. But like when in a relationship, like I do not lie. I'm like, so I like, no, I will like, I'm like, no, more honest than I think that I should be. But like Leos, yeah, I've actually have heard that about like Leo sun signs and stuff like that. I'm not a Leo sun. So the way that my Leo comes out is in how I communicate and even sometimes how I act in I wouldn't even say that so much, but I definitely know that my Leo comes out in the areas of my communication style, how I communicate with others. And that's why I'm able to do YouTube. So Scorpio is like, no, we need to stay under the radar. But I'm very passionate about, and then Leos are also very passionate as well. Leos and Scorpios are very passionate signs. And so when I believe in something and I feel like I want to teach and help and guide people and that sort of thing, then I'm very passionate about what I have to teach. Then, yeah, but I do get passionate about anything, even animals and birds and silly things I can get passionate about. But yeah, let's see, her air straggler. Let's see, Dave Cavity. Okay, so we have a question from Muse. Do you do birth charts? I have Leo in Mars and Saturn. Yeah, I absolutely do. You are more than welcome to contact me via my email, and then we can go from there. Or you can just go to the Google sign up form in my other videos, and eventually I'll link it into this video. You can just go and sign up. And I do your basic, like very superficial birth charts. And then for more, I do a very, very in-depth natal birth chart with any questions that you might have. And so I charge more for that. But anyways, you're more than welcome to contact me via my email. We can go from there. So Air Straggler, I love playing Leo tunes for Leo. It's like a beautiful instrument of power. Hello. This is Kevin MRTN Skit. Kevin Martin Skit. That's the best I can do. I only date Leo and Aries out of the fire signs. They do not go disrespect me in private either. Yeah. Air straggler, Leo is the greatest. All right. Marissa Woolward, I'm Capricorn in Mars. And okay, awesome. And in Taurus is in Saturn. Awesome. Those are really good placements. That really helps subdue you. Yeah, Capricorn and Mars is a good placement. Definitely. I bet you like to work a lot. Dave Cavity. Okay. Just Scorpio. I don't like it when people make a scene. Yeah, exactly. That's how I am. I'm just like, seriously, anybody who is trying to start beef with anybody in public is, to me, is just, oh my gosh. Are you trying to get attention? Because your dirty laundry needs to stay in the house behind closed doors where it belongs. Okay. In the washing machine. Okay. Clean that shit out, because people's dirty laundry and arguments and all that needs, this isn't like, it reminds me of the TV show, Jerry Springer. If you guys ever watched that TV show, I didn't watch it, but I definitely knew about it, and everyone always talked about it at work, and I would just be like, oh my God, this sounds like trash. It sounds like people get on there and literally are just trash. They bring all their trash and air it out, and I'm like, what's the purpose of that? That's something that should be dealt with in private. Seriously. I don't know. And then people that get on like social media and air their dirty laundry. What? I'm sorry, you guys. I do have an issue with that. I mean, like, I don't do it personally. I don't even have, like, I don't have Facebook. I don't have, I think I have an Instagram account I don't even use. I don't even have any followers except for my daughter. That's it. Otherwise, social media is like, no, thank you. I'm too private for all of that. Now, YouTube is a completely different thing. Air Straggler, as long as it doesn't involve me, they can have all the scenes they want. I'm glad they provide stage and cheer girls. That's pretty funny, Air Straggler. Leo theater is a gift of the universe. Exactly. Now, I will say that, yeah, Leos are actually pretty comical. They can be very entertaining, to say the least. Marissa, I'm a good friend. Awesome. I bet you are. Let's see. Do each his own. I run a tight program over here. Exactly. That's how I am. I'm like, exactly. Airtight program. You're a good friend. I feel it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. What is it? But it doesn't come out. Nothing. Let's see here. The thing is, one thing that always, like, maybe you guys can relate, Scorpios, maybe anybody else, I don't know, but Scorpios definitely, like, when I'm with a potential partner, or being courted by a potential long-term partner or whatever, the one thing that is also important, other than, of course, the loyalty and the obvious things, is attentiveness. And I'm going to give you a quick example of what I mean, because once upon a time, was dating a Taurus man. And we went out, we were in public, like in a club scene and everything, but he always kept his eyes and attention on me. Like, he literally was like this the whole time. He never looked here or there. He wasn't ogling. And then we went out to, we hung out and we're talking, just me and him, but we were also in a pool setting where there was lots of people, half naked, wearing next to nothing. And I remember this lifeguard came out of the pool area where me and him were talking by ourselves. We were having a really in-depth conversation, and the eye contact was very good and very intense, which is what I need. She came over, and she wasn't very good looking or anything like that. But the point is that she came over and she was really trying to get his attention. Now, he was very good looking. I was a very good looking Taurus. We were in our 20s, so we were both like, but she was really trying to get his attention and asking him questions that were like, what? Because she didn't know him at all. He was in the military, so he was only there temporarily. But I swear to God, and I'm telling you the truth, even when she came and she was just in her bathing suit and she was asking him crazy questions had nothing to do with anything, he would not look at her. he would answer her question and he was polite about it, but he would not give her eye contact. And when she walked away, when she finally walked away, he did not look at her and watch her walk away. He kept his eyes on me the whole time. So, and I'm telling you, that is very important for me as as dominant Scorpio and dominant water. That attentiveness, being on me, that is a really important trait. Because I mean, it just does, it just is like, it gives you the ick if you're with a guy that you're a potential suitor and, and you're talking and you're really engaged in a really deep conversation. And then you got females or even men, it doesn't matter who, like trying to, interject and steal the attention away for whatever reason. It's good to know that your partner doesn't have wandering eyes, that they're solely interested in you. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered if she was pretty or not, because men will look at anything that walks by, especially if it's half naked. And he didn't do that. So he showed me attentiveness and he showed me respect. He didn't ogle her. He didn't even sneak a peek. He didn't even be like, he wasn't like, oh my gosh, when Julie's not looking, I'm going to go check her out. No, he didn't even do that, because I was with him like the whole time. He wasn't even, he even faced away from the pool to make sure that he had his eyes focused on me. And that is respect and that is attentiveness. And those are the things that a Scorpio woman would look for. And that is the things that I need. Because if I'm in public with my man and he's looking over here and he's looking over there and he's watching this thing go by and this girl go by, I'm just like, we're done. We're done here. Of course, I want the person I'm with to be polite to everyone. That's a big thing. Be polite and cordial to everyone. But if your attention is not on me and you're disrespectful, ooh, yeah, big thing. Now, I'm speaking for myself, but I'm just hoping that some of you Scorpio ladies can chime in. And it seems like it's getting darker in here. Like I'm almost fading into the darkness, like into a void, I'm going to disappear, you guys. The darkness is swallowing me up. Oh, God. All right. So that was a little bit of my Leo side coming out, you guys. Sorry. We got to suppress it. I'm serious again. Okay. So, anyways, I think I'm about, unless you guys have some more questions here. Oh, well, here's a question. Muse. That's what I'm looking for in a man. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for the input. Yes. And it's so hard to find, because if you're not like dealing with men and their wandering eyes, then you're dealing with a man who can't put this down, and God knows what he's looking at on his phone, let alone in public. Everything is right here now. Everything is on this, so like, finding a real loyal, faithful, respectful, honorable man or woman these days is a challenge. It's not impossible at all, because if you want it and you want to manifest it, and there is good men out there or good women out there, then it will happen for sure. You will get what you desire, but there is a lot of distractions out there, for sure. A lot of distractions. And so it does make relationships difficult these days. There was always challenges and distractions, even before the rise of the internet and technology and that sort of thing. But now it's like, oh my gosh, people go to sleep with their phones looking at what? I don't want to know. Are people sending dick pics to people? I mean, what is all of that about? Like, oh my gosh, there's so much. I could just go on. That is so disrespectful, y'all. Like, I'm sorry, but that's disgusting. Like, don't be sending those sorts of things to me. Ooh, okay, so one of the biggest icks is if a Scorpio woman is dating a man or interested in a man or whatever, and he starts sending nude pics, dick pics, all that. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I don't even know you. I know your first name. I might know where you live. I might know where you work, but I don't know you. I don't want to know you like that. Yeah. Like, No. No go for Scorpio. It's like, Air Straggler. It's Stacy. Might change the channel name. Oh, is your name? Okay, Stacy, thank you for sharing your name. Awesome. Well, I am so glad to have you, Stacy. Yay. Thank you for sharing that. That really means a lot to me. I appreciate it because it just is so much more personable to know your name. So when I see Muse, I can interject Stacy. So that's awesome. Thank you. George says, it takes me 2 pictures to send all mine. What? Am I reading that the way that I'm supposed to be reading that? It takes me 2 pictures to send all mine. God. I hope that was a joke because that was pretty funny. Anyways, Stacy, yes. And hearts to you, love. I'll send you her. Can I do that on here? I'm still learning all the ropes on here, you guys. So here we go. I'm blue is my favorite color, so you'll have to forgive me. That's for Muse. I mean Stacy, not it's for Stacy. George, yeah, that's that's funny. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Anyways, you got me good, George. You got me good. Okay, so George says my ex-wife disconnected mentally and physically from me after a year, no physical, and the hint she wasn't being faithful, and I was over it and began shopping again too. We divorced shortly after. Right. Yeah, I totally, yeah, it's done and over with. Like, yeah, you have every right to move on. Seriously. I will give you a story, a true story, and I'm not embellishing here. I was married to a Pisces man for 12 years. He was a pathological liar and a cheater, and he was a trisexual, meaning he didn't just cheat on me with women, he cheated on me with his best friend who was a man. He cheated with anything. And so I told him, I said, well, whatever's good for you is good for me. I told him, I said, I don't expect me to be faithful to you anymore. I'm going to do my own thing. And then we were going through a legal separation through JAG military. And I told him, I ain't going to be faithful. I'm sorry. It's, and then of course I'm the one who filed for the legal separation and divorce. And after all of him, being what he was back then, he still didn't want me to divorce him. He was just like, he acted like he was so broken every time he saw me with a different man. He'd act broken and oh my God. And I'm just like, really? You have no right to act broken and emotionally broke. I mean, seriously, you were the first to cheat and you continue to do it and you continue to lie about everything. No, you don't even have a right to be upset that I am now going to go do my own thing. So anyways, but I told him I was going to do it. It wasn't like I was, I didn't keep anything from him. I told him to his face what I was going to do, but we got a divorce and I never looked back. I never went back to him. And he really tried to get back with me over and over. He thought the world of me and he looked up to me and everything. And I'm like, when it's done, it's done. No going back. You'd have to be like on drugs and foolish and stupid to ever go back to somebody like that. It's, yeah, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you just got to do your own thing. If someone cheats on you, then it's over. I'm going to do my thing now. That's how I look at it. Air Straggler, you got Insta, you're out, girl. Lost all credibility instantly. You're out, girl. You lost. Yeah. Taurus man, yeah. Half naked Taurus party. This is classic Greek stuff. The ick. Okay, let's see. I have no idea what that, I have to go way back because I think I'm missing a bunch of stuff here. I'm out anyways. Peace, love, and okay. Bye, Rob. Have a good night. Peace and love to you guys. Let's see here. Am I missing anything else? I'd rather fight than debate. Okay. Yep. Got that Scorpio energy going on and intensity. I totally feel you there. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for the night or evening, depending on, I guess, afternoon if you're west or from a different country. I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and just come to a close here. And unless there's any questions you guys might have about Scorpios and what Scorpios are looking for in a partner, I've tried to get you all involved in that so we can help out all the other non-Scorpios out there that are constantly flooding me with questions about what does Scorpio look for? What does Scorpio need? How do I make my Scorpio man or woman happy? So anyways, bye Scorpio mama. You have a great evening, great afternoon, you guys. If you're leaving, bye-bye. Thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all of you so much. You guys rock. I love the interaction. I love the candor. I love the good vibrations. I love the jokes, but I do love the transparency more than anything. And the fact that when I'm dealing with Scorpios, I know I'm dealing with genuine people who are going to be bold and forthcoming and transparent. You may not reveal all your secrets, of course, but at least when you do talk, I know it's going to be the truth. It's going to be genuine. That's what I love about Scorpios is authenticity. My daughter I'm a stellium in Scorpio, but my daughter has a couple more placements. She's definitely a Scorpio stellium, but she has a ton of Scorpio. And I mean, like literally, and me and her talk about Scorpios all the time. And yeah, she thinks that I don't know what Scorpios are like and stuff. I mean, sometimes she talks to me like that. It's hilarious. I'm like, you know what, honey, you're preaching to the choir, you're singing to the choir, whatever. Okay. Because she'll be like, Mom, you know, Scorpios, they can be really, really bad. Okay. When they're bad, they're really, really, really bad. And then when they're good, they're really, really good. I'm just like, I already know that, honey. I already know that. Seriously. That's a given. Scorpios aren't going to be doing anything in between. They're all or nothing. They're ride or die. But a person coming into a Scorpio's life has got to earn their trust and their respect and that sort of thing. It's not something to hand over. So I want you all to join me. Okay, let me see here. Swamp Donkey. Wait, okay, so did you change your name to Swamp Donkey? I haven't dated much and we've been divorced 16 years, still love the woman to death. We are like best friends when hanging out. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you have a amicable relationship with her. You're still able to be cordial and stuff. And you probably had kids together, right? Air Straggler, what is your Mercury sign, girl? May I ask? If you're asking me, my Mercury sign is Leo. And I don't know who you're asking, but you could be asking Scorpio Mama, but I think she left. So you're probably asking me. So yeah. Hey, George, I feel you. I'm around your age. Yeah. Okay. And I know George isn't a girl. So yeah, my Mercury sign is in Leo, and that is why you see the bubbly side of me. It is so dark in here. You guys, I'm going to have to wrap this up because I'm literally, oh my gosh, like it's so, I can barely see myself. So it's embarrassing. It's raining, it's cloudy outside. And with the windows open, this is how dark it is here. Oh my goodness, it's scary, you guys. Hold on. I had to get some more light, you guys, because oh my goodness. Can you see me now, you guys? A little bit. I had to bring in some sun from above. So, Miriam, thanks so much. You are so welcome, Miriam. Thank you for being here. Lots of love to you guys. Let's see here. Swamp Donkey, Air Straggler, what is your Mercury sign? Let's see here. Interesting, thank you. You are welcome, Air Straggler. Let's see here, Swamp Donkey. Bye, lovely. Bye, Swamp Donkey. Thanks for chiming in and gracing us with your presence. I love that. Air Straggler, I love it. Okay, Swamp Donkey. I've got 5 placements. No, you have 5 placements in Scorpio, don't you? If I'm remembering right. But I think that you do. Air Straggler, stay. I was like, oh, girl, forget the light. You are light. Yeah. Definitely, yeah. I appreciate all the awesome, lovely, generous, complimentary words, you guys. You do make me feel young. I mean, I'm young at heart, you guys. I still play like I'm 13. Like I do round-offs and like I do literally play like a kid. I just love being, kid-like at heart, seriously. Like I was the mom that always was in the McDonald playlands or playing with my kids at all of the playgrounds and stuff that we went to. I would literally get on the slide with them. That slide, I would do everything with them. And like I would watch all these fat deadbeat parents sit on the side, like sitting in these chairs and they're like so overweight and they're reading something. They've got a little umbrella over them. And I'm like chasing my kids, like literally playing with my kids, and I'm in my 30s. I didn't care. I mean, I even bought myself a scooter. I don't know if you guys remember those. They still have them, the push scooters where you use your legs and you scoot. But I would take my kids to these really big, elaborate skate parks in Nevada. And like, all the kids, of course, were playing. And then my kids, they had their own scooters. And I literally bought myself a scooter that actually I was able to get the handle up high enough for my height because I'm really tall. And I would get into into the skate park and I would literally scoot along with them and all the teenagers there was a lot of teenage boys skating and they would just look at me going, yeah, cool mom. I wish I had a mom like that. And then like all the other parents, like they were sitting on their fat butts and I'm like, no, I'm gonna play. My kids aren't gonna have all the fun here. So yeah, I'm still like that even to this day. I wish they made like a real adult bounce house and I would buy that and keep it at my house and I'd play in it by myself. An adult bounce house. I don't like trampolines. I want a bounce house because I'm this age, like if you fall and stuff, you need some protection, like anyways, just saying. I'm just, I think everyone should stay like a kid at heart, young at heart, that sort of thing. Never grow old and never stop moving because once you stop moving, you're dead. There's just some wise things anyways. So we have to scroll down. Yeah, I am forever young. Exactly. Swamp Donkey. There you are. Swamp Donkey. Yes. Okay. Okay. So you were answering my questions too. You have 2 kids, right? And you were saying, oh, bye, lovely. Okay, but then I have to scroll down. Let's see here. Yeah, there you are. Yes. And yes. Okay, yes. So you do have 5 Scorpio moons. Okay, well, take care, Straggler. It was so awesome having you here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up since I don't have any more questions and it's getting late and it's getting dark. But I love you guys so much and I appreciate you. I will see you all in my next video. Cheers.